Universal Orlando Resort Hotel. That's what we're talking about today. Hey everybody, it is Brandon Foster, the owner of Magicland Vacations, the Disney and Universal vacation experts, and more. You know, we love helping families like you save time, save stress, and save hassle when it comes to planning your family's vacation. And today we're talking about one of the most important questions you can ask yourself when you start to plan your Universal Orlando vacation, and that is, where are you gonna stay, right? So I'm just curious, as we go along this video, if you guys have any questions, any comments, put those down below. We love responding and answering so that we can help you guys plan your vacations. So I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you and just say that you can read a lot of blogs, you can watch a lot of YouTube videos, even like the ones that we have, but the truth is, there's not ever gonna be one specific resort hotel that is the resort hotel, because your family has very unique tastes on what you like. You have your own budget, you have your own likes and dislikes, your own dining preferences, right? So the purpose of this video is really to give you 4 main factors to think about, and I'm gonna just give you a whole bunch of information about the different Universal Resort hotels in Orlando to just kind of help you frame your mind and wrap around what actually might be the best for your family, because every family is completely different. That's actually one of the reasons why we love doing what we do, is because we help people figure out what is best for their family, not basing it on just what people in blogs or YouTube videos say. All right, are you guys ready? Let's go. Now, the first factor you really have to take into account is price, right? Because I don't know what your family's budget is, and every family has a different budget, but that is a factor in choosing what resort hotel category you want to stay at Universal Orlando Resort. Now, for our planning purposes, we're talking about only Universal Orlando Resort hotels that are like considered Universal Orlando hotels, not like Good Neighbor-esque like partner hotels. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like, you know, Hard Rock, Lowe's Royal Pacific, those resort hotels, okay? So let's get started to talk about the price. Now, you have basically 4 resort categories when it comes to your Universal Orlando Resort hotel. So the first one you have is the value resort category. This is gonna be Surfside and Dockside Inn and Suites at Endless Summer, okay? So you have Dockside and Surfside Inn and Suites at Endless Summer. That's gonna be your value category. And those usually start around 79 to like 85, 100. It just depends on the season. That's what that price range is right now per night. And then you have prime value resort hotels. There's only 2 in this category as well. This is gonna be Aventura Hotel, and it's also gonna be Cabana Bay Resort Hotel, okay? So Aventura, Cabana Bay are gonna be your prime value resort hotels. Those are gonna be in like the $175 up to around $200 range, around there per night. The third category you have is the preferred category. There's only one hotel that's in this category, and it's actually one of my favorite hotels to stay at. I just don't like the fact that you can't get unlimited express pass there, and that is Lowe's Sapphire Falls Resort. So Lowe's Sapphire Falls is considered a preferred resort hotel, and the price range for that is gonna be in the $200 range per night, basically. Then you have your premier resort hotels, and we'll get into perks later, okay? But these are the ones that we usually recommend for families, depending upon their budget, and we'll talk about that later. But the premier resort hotel categories is the deluxe category for Universal Orlando, and you have 3 options there. You have the Hard Rock Hotel, you have Lowe's Royal Pacific, and then you also have Lowe's Portofino Bay. Now, those prices start around the 400s range all the way up to, you know, going into the suites like way higher than that. But if you're looking at price, that gives you an idea of what the price range is for those resort hotel categories. Now keep in mind, it also depends upon the season and when you're actually traveling. The second biggest factor when it comes to choosing your resort hotel for your family at Universal Orlando is gonna be, what is the transportation like and where is this resort hotel located, all right? Now, if you are choosing the best option for just flat out location, I'm just gonna say it right now, Hard Rock, okay? Because it is so easy to walk from Hard Rock Hotel. It's like right next to Universal Studios Florida. It takes about 15-20 minutes to walk there, maybe even less actually. The only downside about it is if it rains like really hard, it floods and it's really muddy. But besides that, that is hands down probably the best location of any of the resort hotels is Hard Rock because it's so close to Universal Studios Florida. Now, there's a lot of bus options, okay? So if you're looking at staying at the value or the prime value resort hotels, which again is Surfside and Dockside, Aventura and Cabana Bay, you're gonna look at bus transportation pretty much for both Universal Studios Florida and also Islands of Adventure. Now, I wanna make one small caveat and say that the benefit of staying at Cabana Bay and at Aventura is that there's actually walking paths to Volcano Bay, which is one of the best water parks in all of North America. It's amazing. And if you're planning your Universal Orlando vacation, you're not setting aside for Volcano Bay, why? You need to, okay? Then of course we have the boat transportation. And this is gonna be basically all of the preferred resort, which is only one, which is Low Sapphire Falls. And then of course, all the premier resort hotels all have boat transportation because they're all around Universal City Walk where there's the lake. And it's amazing. I mean, kids love that. They love the transportation. I have to say, you get early entry, right? We could say at any Universal Orlando Resort Hotel, you get that early entry. And if you're staying at Cabana Bay or Aventura, or you're staying at Dockside Inn & Suites or Surfside Inn & Suites, traffic in the morning with the buses can be a little cray-cray to get in there early. So if you wanna make sure it's easier to get in for early entry, you definitely wanna consider staying at a premier resort hotel. Now, the third factor you want to think about when it comes to which Universal Orlando Resort Hotel you want to stay at is going to be the perks, okay? And the perks is actually a really big deal when it comes to differentiating the prime value preferred versus premier. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they all get early entry, right, to Wizarding World, Park and Mission. You get discounts in City Walk for any Universal Orlando Resort Hotel. So that's all gravy. We all love that. But when you stay at a premier resort hotel, which again is Loews Royal Pacific, Loews Portofino Bay, or Hard Rock, you get unlimited express pass for your entire stay. That means check-in day while you're staying there and also check-out day. Now, this is a huge value add for staying at those properties. I cannot stress that enough. If you go on Universal's website and you actually look, it's gonna say that basically regular express pass starts at like $79 and unlimited starts at like $100 or whatever it is. But if you actually click on the dates, okay, you actually click on the dates and you select, unlimited express pass, you're gonna see like for the month of July right now, it's like $209, $229, $249 per person, okay, per person, okay? So if you think about that as per person, you're thinking about for a family of four, you're spending like almost $900 to $1,200 for unlimited express pass, and that's for one day. Whereas if you stay at Premier Resort Hotel property, it's actually included in the cost of staying at the resort hotel. Now, the other thing is you also get priority reserved seating, which is huge, and that is at any Premier Resort Hotel as well. So if that is a factor in your vacation, you're thinking about getting that express pass, which on average, you guys, it'll save you about half of the posted wait time. Sometimes it's more, sometimes a little bit less, but on average, so you can think about you getting almost twice as much done every day in the parks. So that's a huge plus. The fourth thing, okay, that you need to ask your family when it comes to which Universal Orlando Resort Hotel property is the best is the theming. Like, what is the ambiance? What is the hotel actually gonna be like? How is the room decorated? This is gonna be huge decision making for you guys. And I just wanna tell you some of my favorite things about the different resort hotel properties that's gonna help you kind of jog your brain a little bit. Both Dockside and Surfside Inn and Suites have some of like some really amazing, huge pools that are really, really awesome compared to the other resort hotels. So that's kind of what I like about those. Aventura has a rooftop bar, which is 360 degrees, which is the view is it's amazing. It's astonishing. So if that sounds like fun to you, plus of course you have that dedicated walking path to Volcano Bay. That's a huge benefit of staying at Aventura. Surfside and Dockside Inn Suites, by the way, are also like very surfer-ish, kind of surfish light, really. Aventura is more of like a contemporary style resort hotel. And then you have Cabana Bay, okay? Cabana Bay is so fun because they have two reasons for me. One is they have Galaxy Bowl, which is basically bowling, but it's also a restaurant, so you can eat and you can bowl. It's fantastic. And they also have the Jacqueline Fitness Center, and I love working out on vacations because I love working out. But the fitness center is huge, and it has all this memorabilia from Jacqueline, who's a huge fitness star like in the 60s, and the whole theme of Cabana Bay is like 60s. They have old time cars outside. That whole hotel is just a vibe in and of itself, which is really, really fun. Now, Royal Pacific, okay, is known for their, I have to make sure I say this right, Wonton Luau, okay? And that happens every Saturday night at 6 p.m. It's just now restarting in July, where they actually have a luau. So that's a really fun thing if you're interested into that. And then of course, we can't be, derelict and not leave out Los Portofino Bay, which if you guys didn't know, is inspired by Portofino, Italy. And they actually have opera singers that sing nightly. I think they start singing around 7:30 every night. And actually Steven Spielberg helped kind of design the layout and the look and the feel of Portofino Bay. And it really does look like you're in Italy. They have Italian restaurants too that are absolutely delicious. I think this is a great option for those seeking a little bit more romance, honeymooning couples, anniversary couples, that kind of a thing. I think it's really a good resort hotel for that. And then Hard Rock. Hard Rock is its own vibe. I've already talked about the walking path. They have a really cool butterfly garden that a lot of people don't know about. Of course, you have the incredible rock and roll memorabilia that they have at that hotel. They're actually renovating everything right now, which is really, really cool. And you guys, we haven't even talked about Jurassic Park rooms or the Minions rooms or the Rockstar rooms. Like, there's just a lot of really cool things to choose from when it comes to your Universal Orlando Resort Hotel. So I hope I was able to get you guys to kind of narrow down some of your choices, but to be honest, the best thing to do is reach out to us and we can talk with your family and help you guys figure out what exactly is the best resort hotel for you. Thank you guys so much for watching one of our another amazing videos. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our amazing new videos. We are Magicland Vacations Disney and Universal travel planning experts. And make sure if you haven't already, check out our website, magiclandvacations.com. There you can schedule a consultation with one of our amazing experts. And guess what? We do way more than just Disney and Universal Vacations, so definitely want to check us out there. Also, make sure you go to our private Facebook group, Travel Genie Fan Club, where we do giveaways and trivia contests every single month. And of course, I have two other amazing videos for you to watch. One right over here and one right over there. One right there and one right there. I think I would start with that one, or maybe that one, or maybe that one.